My anxiety is at an all-time high. Deep breaths, deep breaths. I don't consider myself to have anxiety, but sometimes I feel anxious. I guess that's anxiety. I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 6 Months to Sarah. There's a lot inside. This Friday, I hope you've had a great week. I'm almost 3 months into this journey, and I wanted to make a video about my progress so far, but before that, I needed to make a video about what's going on in my life right now. The whole point is to be transparent, not to give you guys some bubblegum BS about what you should be doing, because I'm not a guru and I'm not a therapist and I'm not a life coach. I'm just someone who's trying to do life the best I can. I came up with this concept on a whim. I came up with this idea from watching some documentary, some Tony Robbins documentary, and from coming out of a bad situation with a guy. I just said enough was enough, and I wanted to do something drastic to kind of change my life. Now, when I went into this, I didn't have a guideline or like a step-by-step. I didn't have a mentor. I'm gonna do this life change. And I have been fumbling through it severely for the last almost 3 months. What I want to talk to you about today is how hard it is to change, okay? I know I had this thought the other day, and I was like, I wonder if like motivational speakers or like life coaches or anyone influential doesn't even believe what they say, but they know that it's true. I wonder if psychologists, people just give advice but don't actually know if it works. I wonder if people really think that you can change, or if this is just who we are. I think about a lot why certain people change and why certain people can't change, why certain people come from poor neighborhoods and follow that suit, and why some people come from bad areas and rise above it, why some people come from addiction and aren't addicts, like I came from a lot of addicts in my family, I'm not an addict, and why some people never had addiction in their family and they're now an addict. So I really think a lot about human behavior and what makes people change and what doesn't. And if we could all change, why aren't we all changed, right? I mean, because it's hard. Because change isn't something that just happens. Like, you know, physical change can happen. You can get plastic surgery, you can go to the gym, you can eat healthy, you can get all kinds of things done to yourself now to be beautiful. But inner change isn't a surgery or a quick fix. It's something that takes a really long time, in my opinion, to fully change. And even along the way, you're going to mess up, you're going to stumble, and I just have been thinking a lot about if it's possible to really change. Now, I do believe that it is possible to really change, but do you ever just get tired? Because I just get so tired of trying to better myself, trying to, you know, work on. So I'm gonna give you a couple of insights into my personality. I am very obsessive. So if I'm an overanalyzer. So if I'm thinking about something, I'm overanalyzing and I am picking it apart. I can't sleep at night. My brain is going a million miles a minute or whatever. And I've always been that way since I was a little girl, and I've always wondered why I'm like that. You know, like if I'm, for instance, this is bad in my dating life. If I'm dating someone, I'm fine until they like me. And then once they like me, I'm like, how can I screw this up? And I don't literally say that, but it's more just my brain like sabotaging, like, oh, they didn't text me exactly at 6:02, so they probably don't like me. There's probably some other girl, you know, or they don't seem as complimentary today, so they probably don't like me. So what do? Instead of just playing it cool, because most of the time the guy's probably thinking about a freaking sandwich, most of the time I start being insecure, which, as we know, all men love insecurity, right? No, they don't. So instead of just kind of letting this, I feel like it's something in me that I need to get out. So it's something in me that I'm like, oh, well, I feel like they aren't as into me, so let me ask them. The point why I loosely stopped dating, which that's another topic. We'll get to that later. But it's because I just wasn't getting relationships right, or I wouldn't even call them relationships. I would call them 1 month-long dating things where I would start off really strong, and then I said I didn't want to play games, but really what I was doing, I was just showing my insecurity too soon and not really being the person that I am, but being the scared, insecure girl who's afraid to be rejected. And guess what? Nobody wants the pressure of not hurting you. Nobody wants all the pressure of, oh God, well, if I reject this girl, she's going to be devastated. You want to be okay whether you're rejected or not, and you want to put that out there to whoever you're dating that you're going to be okay, because that's a lot of pressure to put on someone to, I hope you don't reject me because I can't take it. You don't want, so a lot of times people tend to fall back or fall away from people like that. And it's not just girls, it's guys too, because we're portraying something and they're picking it up, and nobody really wants the responsibility of someone else's whole self-worth. So that's kind of why I stepped away from it. And you know, but it's hard because we build patterns our whole life from when we're a little kid. We're set up to be a certain way. A lot of it is who we are as a person, but most of it is life and experiences and our family and just like how we've grown up. So our brain is really hardwired to be a certain way. And sometimes I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but sometimes we need to really decide what are deal breakers for us, if we are okay being a certain way or if we have to just stop and change. Now, there's a lot of things I don't feel like doing. Like, I don't feel like cleaning my apartment. I don't feel like doing dishes. I don't feel like being like trying to get my bills in order. I don't feel like doing any of it. And there's been points in this process where I said, who's gonna even know if I do this? Like, I don't need to change. I've been fine. I'm 37 years old. I'm fine. Who's this? I continue to wake up every day and do the things I don't feel like doing. And yes, I've messed up a few big things, to be honest. And there's been a couple points in this where I'm like, do I even want to continue doing this? Like, I feel like a hypocrite. But no, I have to keep doing this, because whether I've messed up or not, or whether I, haven't done this perfectly, I'm not doing on this journey so that I can be like, hi, I've done everything perfect, changed my life, everything's great, live in a mansion now, have my husband. No, it's not reality. The reality of change is it's hard. And sometimes you fail and sometimes you get it wrong, and then you have a couple breakthroughs here and there, and then you just keep getting up and doing the stuff you don't feel like doing. And every night pray that I'm a little bit stronger tomorrow, because there's certain things about me that are so weak that it's hard. I think we all have things that we deal with that we might not even tell anyone because they're so dark, and we feel so ashamed of the things that we have to deal with, and that we put on this facade for Facebook or for whoever in front of our friends and our family and our like we're okay and like we don't struggle with anything. But that's not true, because we all struggle with things, and we all have things that are hard for us to change. Sorry. But the key is you just keep getting up and you keep doing the things that you don't feel like doing, because eventually it's gonna change. But I'm not gonna stop this journey, even though I've had some hardships, and I've stumbled. And even though sometimes I feel like maybe I won't change, and maybe I'm not possible of changing, and maybe I'm just this way. But I'm not doing that, because I believe in the human spirit. And I believe that if we try every day and get up every day with a purpose and a passion, it doesn't matter if we mess up. It doesn't matter if we fail. It doesn't matter if we get it wrong, because what matters is we get up and we try again. This is life, guys. Like, you really literally have one life. So you have to decide if you want to get up, and if you messed up 3 days in a row, whatever, if you're in a depression, if you feel like you're struggling with substance abuse, or if you feel like you have a sexual addiction, whatever it is, if you're living in this facade of I'm never going to change because nobody really wants to hear about my story, it's not true. And I can tell you right now, it's not true, because there's things about me that probably no one would ever guess. And I'm not sharing all of it because it's just, I don't feel like it's necessary to share all of it. But I want you to know right now that whatever you're dealing with, I guarantee somebody else is going through it too. So don't give up. And don't just think that life is this happy-go-lucky. Like, even I try to be positive every week, but sometimes it's hard. And sometimes I question what I'm doing, or if I even know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna keep making these videos, and I'm gonna keep talking to you, and I'm gonna keep fighting, because there's just no other option. So I hope you've had a great week. I'm sorry I got a little emotional. I'll be back next week with everything that I've done in this 3 months, and hopefully the next 3 months will be even more exciting. Thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate your feedback. Please share anything you want to share with me. I'm here to encourage and inspire you in any way I can and be as real as I can. So you watching, whether it's 2 people or 50 people, means the world to me. Have a great day.